The Orange Shirt Society states that the orange shirt has become a symbol of hope, reconciliation, and a commitment to a better future. By wearing an orange shirt today, you make a statement to support reconciliation and commit to the enduring truth that every child matters, every day and everywhere.
6-year-old Phyllis Webstad was as excited to wear her shiny new orange shirt as she was to attend school for the first time. But her first day at the St. Joseph Mission near Williams Lake, BC, was nothing like she expected. Her orange shirt was taken away from her, never to be returned.
This day calls us to listen, to learn, and engage in meaningful conversations about the painful truths of the past, including residential school systems. The recent discovery of modern burials at the former McKay Residential School on Opaskwayak Cree Nations land is a stark reminder of this painful history. As a mother and grandmother, I cannot fathom the agony felt by families torn apart with parents separated from their children.
All Manitobans have the opportunity to reflect on the legacy of residential schools and the profound impacts of that trauma that still exists today. The Orange Shirt Society states that this day opens the door to global conversation on all aspects of residential schools. It is an opportunity to create meaningful discussion about the effects of residential schools and the legacy they have left behind. A discussion all Canadians can tune into and create bridges with each other for reconciliation. A day for survivors to be reaffirmed that they matter, and so do those that have been affected. Every child matters, even if they are an adult, from now on.
I hope that I can teach your children some of the stuff that went on with residential schools and some of the stuff that I can teach them from my culture.
I've never been to residential school, but like I said, I've had family members that were in residential school. There was about 3 or 4 of my brothers that went to residential school. My dad was in residential school. My mom's sisters and her brothers, my aunties and my uncles, have been to residential school. This was something that I had no clue that they were in residential school, any of them, because it wasn't something we talked about freely. Yes, and I'm so glad that they're recognizing this as a national holiday and that they are recognizing it all of what happened in residential schools. Probably affected their lives very much so. A story that my brother had told me was him and his twin brother, when they went off to residential school, first thing they did was cut off his braids and they put glasses on them. They never had to wear glasses, but they put glasses on them. So I'm thinking that was part of the experimental part that they were doing on the residential kids when they came in. And yeah, that was the only story I've ever heard from any of them. It's important to recognize that kids did go through what they went through in residential schools. There is a lot of trauma out there that still needs to be addressed. People don't like to talk about it. And I'm glad that Morden is recognizing that. I'm very thankful for that.